Alright. We're back. Post week 9 before week 10 power rankings. You may be able to tell I am a bit ill, but I'm gonna power through it for you guys. I did get ill around, Sunday, so that sucked. And I am gonna be recording the Tuesday through Thursday video, which is the power ranking, tier list, and predictions video. For those of you wondering, all in the same day. Hopefully, because it may drain all my energy, or I may not feel like I'm able to do it. So, yeah. At 32, oh, and also, in case you are wondering, I am doing online school, so I am not getting anyone sick. And I do not have the Friday Falcons franchise pre-recorded. So, if somehow, someway I am still sick, I will have to, unfortunately, not have that video for you guys. But at 32, this team was on a bye week, but it still feels like they lost. It's the Detroit Lions. There's not much to say about them besides they are dog crap. But yeah, 31, Texans. Oh, the Lions stayed the same as well. I had them at 32 last time. Texans stay the same at 31. I mean, they lost to the Dolphins, but at the same time, one of those teams had to lose. At 30, I have the Dolphins, who stayed the same. You barely beat the Texans. At the same time, one of you had to lose and one of you had to win. Luckily, it was you. 29, I have the Jets. Jets going down 2 spots. The score said it was close between the Colts, and I don't know what your quarterback situation is like, but the game wasn't close. I don't know if Zach Wilson's going to be able to return yet. I don't know how severe Mike White's injury is. I don't know if you're going to choose Josh Johnson or Joe Flacco. Yeah. At 28, though, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars, I mean, they somehow managed to. Oh, the Jets went down 2 spots. The Jaguars went up a spot. They beat the Bills, so I am being kind of harsh on them. But that's fine. At 27, going up a spot, I have the Giants. The Giants, who managed to also beat a top team in the Buffalo Bill or the Las Vegas Raiders. So that was pretty impressive from them. And yeah, at 26, I have the Washington football team. The football team, they are on a bye week, so I can't really do much, but I do have them going down a spot. At 25, I have the Bears going down 3 spots. The Bears, that game was pretty close, honestly, but the first half, it was really all the Steelers. In the second half, it was kind of like 25% Steelers, 75% Bears, which is a situation you never want to be in. You always want to be dominating or keeping it close, and you weren't. At 24, going up 2 spots, I believe, I have the Atlanta Falcons. Gonna take a while to find them. The Falcons, pretty impressive win. Same time, it was against Trevor Siemian, who is the third string quarterback, so I can't really be sold. But yeah, good job. At 23, I have the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers had a great game, is what I would say. They had a great game. You guys sucked against the Patriots. That's all that needs to be said. You guys are playing like a bottom 5 team at the moment. At 22, going up a spot, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles kept it close with the Chargers, which is what I expected at the rate the Chargers are playing. But yeah, congrats on the win, Chargers. Congrats on the close loss, Eagles. Eagles, you could be sneakily good, but it's a shame you probably won't be. At 21, going down a spot, I have the San Fran 49ers. San Francisco, sorry, I forgot San Francisco. Yeah, kind of close game against the Cardinals, kind of wasn't close. And the Cardinals were missing DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray, so that says it all for me. You're lucky I have you this high. Next, at 20, going down 2 spots, the Seahawks. The Seahawks were on a bye week, so I can't really talk about them. Maybe they weren't, but I think they were. But, yeah. Seahawks, I think there's 2 teams that are now better than you. At 19, I had the Minnesota Vikings going down. How many spots? 2 spots. Even though you lost in overtime by a field goal to what I feel like is one of the better teams in the league, and the Ravens, you still lost. I still think there's teams that should move ahead of you now. And unfortunately, I do think this is potentially putting a huge, like, potential playoff drought. You probably won't make it because of how you started, but I still feel like you could sneak in if you play your cards right. At 18, going up 3 spots, the Denver Broncos. Broncos played a great game against one of the better teams, if not the best team. I personally don't think they're the best, especially after that loss. And the Dallas Cowboys, which is all that really needs to be said. Keep this train riding, Broncos, and you're not too far behind your division. So it's not a possibility of winning your division. And you're not too far behind that 1 seed in the AFC. Next, at 17, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs went out there against the Aaron Rodgers-less Packers and barely beat them, which says a lot. But the Packers defense did play pretty well. And you gotta wonder, though, is the Chiefs offense not as good as we thought? The Packers defense, it has been playing good, but I do not know if it is that good. And defensively, you guys seemed great, but that was against a guy making his first career start. At 16, kind of feel wrong doing this, but I have the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are on a cold streak. They lost pretty badly to the Browns at home. So let's hope the Bengals use this bye week they have now, because their next game is going to be a bye week, and then after that, to really bounce back, because I feel generous putting you at 16 after how you've been playing the past 2 weeks. At 15, going up a single spot, I have the Colts. The Colts played pretty impressively against the Jets, but at the same time, it's the Jets. It isn't saying much. You've won, 2 in a row now? You're kind of getting on that streak that you want to get on. Oh, no, apparently you've only won 1. Okay, never mind. Sorry about that. Seems like the Titans are taking this division. Seems like the Titans may take the 1 seed in the AFC. So, but you're still in a great position to get a wild card spot, in my opinion, at least. At 14, going down 3 spots, I have the Raiders. By the way, this is kind of the part where this is going to be heavily controversial. The Raiders didn't play very well against the Giants. You ended up losing in the end by a touchdown and an extra point. But you're still the 5 seed, I believe. You still are tied with the Chargers for leading the division. You are, though, second in that division because you did lose head-to-head to the Chargers. But that's okay, because it's still somewhat early in the season, but this is the point where we're past the halfway mark for sure now. So anything that happens beyond this point could be crucial. At 13, going up 2 spots, I have the New England Patriots. The Patriots showing Sam Darnold that even without being on the Jets, not being in a division, they'll still kill you. Stephon Gilmore, he did intercept the Patriots, but the Patriots didn't seem to care. Patriots, they are playing out of their mind lately. And right now, they're currently, I believe, in the playoff picture. I think they're the 7th seed. So good for them. At 12, staying the same, I have the Steelers. The Steelers barely beat the Bears, which, I mean, that's not something to be upset about. It doesn't really matter how you win, it just matters that you win. But obviously, people are going to value a blowout win more than a 2-point win. But that doesn't matter. I think it's enough to put you at the 12th spot. You're currently 6th in the conference. In terms of record wise. So if the season ended today, you'd be the 6th seed. So good for you. And you would play the Chargers, who I personally feel like you could beat. So yeah. At 11, going up 3 spots, we have the team that blew out the Bengals and the Browns. This is where it gets controversial because, in my opinion, you could flip the Steelers or Browns, and it could go either way, in my opinion. So, but I'm personally just gonna put the Browns here. Basically, I'd say they're pretty equal. Even I would give the slight edge to the Steelers if the Browns didn't blow out the Bengals, but here we are. The Browns blew out the Bengals, and without Odell, I do feel like the Browns are a better team. Without Odell, I feel like any team could be a better team. Maybe Odell has the production, but it doesn't really matter about production because look at Antonio Brown, for example. He had amazing production and then all this controversy, and he was out of the league for, I think, a year. So yeah. But great win. At 10, my apologies, I have this, not San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers, barely beating the Eagles, but it's okay. The Chargers have not been playing up to standards lately. Chargers, I don't know why I put them up 3 spots, but I did. I mean, their past few games, it's been losses to the Ravens and the Patriots, and then a very close win against the Eagles. So, yeah. At 9, I have the Cowboys. I feel bad for dropping them this much, but I do feel like the 8 teams I have ahead of them would probably beat them if they played head-to-head. The Cowboys lost to the, I have the Cowboys going down 4 spots. Lost to the Broncos. It was pretty bad, and in the end, you managed to score 16 points, but that was in garbage time, and it wouldn't have made a difference either way, so can't really credit you. But I still think it doesn't really matter. As long as you keep playing how you've been playing, you should easily, and I mean easily, win the East. And that's all that matters, really, is getting the playoffs. Next, I have the Saints, who are... No, I don't. Shoot. Ignore that. Next, I have the Bills, who are 5-3, going down 2 spots. The Bills lost to the Jaguars, only putting up 6 points. The Bills' Josh Allen really got destroyed by the Jaguars' Josh Allen. It wasn't really fun to watch for either team, even with the Jaguars winning, I'd say. That game just didn't seem enjoyable. Because when you watch an NFL game, you want a close, high-scoring battle, in my opinion. And, that didn't really deliver, but at least it was close. Bills, don't worry. I think this is just a trap game. You have been playing a bit poop lately, but I still feel like you could bounce back. Maybe not get the 1 seed in the AFC now, because the Titans seem to have deserved that. But I'd say you probably win your division. At 7, I have the Saints. The Saints stay the same. You barely lost to the Falcons, which I kind of did somewhat expect. It's what happens when you have your third string quarterback playing, and it's a divisional game. You were losing mostly the whole time. You came back, but Young Hoku, I believe, is just that kicker, so yeah. It does suck that you lost, but at the same time, you're still in that conversation for the playoffs, and you probably always will be until, like, maybe Trevor Siemian gets hurt and you don't have any quarterback to play. So, yeah. At 6, going down 4 spots, I have the Rams. The Rams lost pretty badly to the Titans. No one really expected that. The Titans being without Derrick Henry. Everyone kind of assumed, oh, it should be easy. No, it wasn't. So, yeah. I do think, you can still maybe not win your division because it seems like the Cardinals are still chugging. They're still doing them, but probably playoffs. Next, at number 5, top 5. Oh, never mind. No, yes, actually. I have the Ravens. Ravens overtime win against the Vikings. The thing with the Vikings is they either lose very closely or win very closely. There's no in between for them. Overtime win. You got the clutchest kicker apparently. I mean, that's not shocking though. I mean, he did it again. You easily got this division in the bag, it seems. The Steelers are keeping it close and the Browns are getting hot at the right time, it seems. But I feel like you are going to at least be able to hold the Browns off, maybe not the Steelers. But as long as you keep winning, you should be good. At numero 4, I had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were on a bye week. But I have them going up 4 spots. Now, the reason for this is I feel like if you look at it, the teams I had ahead of them, one of the teams lost, but we'll get to them later. The Rams lost. Ravens, they were behind them originally, I think. Let me view last week's. Were the Ravens ahead of the Buccaneers? No, they weren't. Cowboys lost. Saints lost. Bills lost. So it's only right that I move them up. At number 3, I have the Packers. Even with losing, you're still probably the best team in the NFC in my eyes. You did beat the Cardinals earlier on. You barely lost to the Chiefs, but at the same time, you had Jordan Love, who played mediocre in my eyes. I mean, he didn't really play mediocre, but against a Chiefs defense that hasn't been very good and didn't play very good, you'd expect them to come away with the win, or at least you'd expect Jordan Love to play even the tiniest bit better. But it's okay, Packers. I'll still always be, a fan of you. Go Pack Go, by the way. But it really does show what Aaron Rodgers is to the Packers. And I do think Jordan Love could still be successful, but let's not, criticize him too much or praise him too much. At number 2, Tennessee Titans. What a win from the Los Angeles Rams, who I had at number 2 in last week's power rankings. I mean, wow, 28-16. Great win. You were without Derrick Henry, arguably your best player. I didn't watch that game much because I was ill. But I don't know how they did, but I'd assume, what is his name? Jeremy I don't know his name, but Adrian Peterson and the other back, I think it's McNichols. I assume they played pretty well. I'd hope either AJ Brown or Julio Jones or both played pretty well. Because you beat one of the best defenses in the league, who just got Von Miller, by the way. Well, he didn't play, but still. And finally, is this even a shock? I mean, they are the only team with one loss for a reason. Give it up for the Arizona Cardinals. They were out of the number 1 spot for a week, but that's okay because they are back already. Cardinals, great win against the 49ers. It wasn't that close. The score did say it was, but the Cardinals really got out to an early lead and just they probably just had to ease their foot off the gas pedal a bit. With Colt McCoy and no DeAndre Hopkins, like no Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, you had Colt McCoy as your starter. He came in, he probably played the best football of his life. He could be considered a starter after playing like that. But the thing with Colt McCoy is, a lot of people say he always does that. He plays one amazing game and then just sucks the rest of the season. But it doesn't matter because I think you might have Murray back next week. But if not, I do feel like Colt McCoy could deliver. But that is going to end it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. Let me know what you would change. Wise. I know probably the top half is a bit scuffed, but that is because of how many good teams lost this week. But I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.